what you in here working on? I'm just working on a high burst taper. Bro, you know that's not a real thing, right? Now, I'm gonna be honest. No. Listen to me. That's not a real thing. It's a real thing. What are you talking about, bro? I got that techniques, different techniques. It's not a real thing, bro. Let's be real. It is. Come on now. Ain't no such thing. Now, there's no such thing as a burst taper. But ain't no such thing as a high burst taper, bro. Come on now. If there's such thing as a burst taper, then there's a such thing as a high burst taper, bro. That's the problem with you always trying to come up with something new. It ain't even new. You're always trying to come up with something new. You ain't even got. Just do the basics, bro. Just do the basics. I'm about tired of this dude yelling at me. Teach people wrong. Teach people wrong.
Where you get your beats? Where you get your beats?
Alright you guys, so before you start cutting, what you want to do is lay the hair down or pick the hair out, whichever way that makes the hair most neat before you start cutting. Because how you start is how you finish, alright? So make sure you guys start by laying the hair down or picking the hair out for a better, neat canvas. Alright, so my client wanted to go back to wavelength. He wanted to start his waves and he wanted a 1.5 on the top. So I went and grabbed my one guard. I'm using my Oster's cordless fast feeds just to show you guys how they cut through the hair. Now these clippers aren't the best at cutting through the hair. I'm just showing you that it's possible. Now when a client comes in and asks for wavelength, just know that every client, every texture that you have in your chair is different. It's not all the same across the board. If somebody has straight hair, a 1.5 guard is not a good length for wavelength. So just make sure that you know what length is a proper wavelength for the texture that you're working with. Now the way that I'm gonna start off my guideline is gonna look a little crazy, alright? So instead of setting the bald line straight, I'm gonna set it in a triangular like shape, kind of like an arrow type shape, so that way I could, you know, build my shape at the foundation of this bald line. So I'm setting it in, that way I get a burst effect that I want. Now switching over to my cordless fast feeds, I'm gonna start in the middle at that point, and I'm gonna work my way out. All right, I'm gonna keep that vertical bar as dark as possible. So you're gonna see me kind of go down at an angle at that point. In the middle, I'm gonna go up about a ½ inch, making sure I keep it consistent, going over the guidelines multiple times. That way, I'm at that lever open length. So in the exact same way that I set in my lever open, I'm taking my one guard with the lever open and setting it in the exact same way, all right? I'm going up about a ½ inch, making sure I go over the guidelines multiple times to ensure that it's at that length. Now putting on the 2 guard with the lever open, I'm just knocking out bulk. All right, I'm clearing out bulk. I'm not necessarily going up a certain amount. I'm just seeing that the bulk is on top. I'm also going to close the lever to you know, debulk a little bit more so that it runs smoothly into the hair on top. After debulking on the top, I always like to put back on my 1 guard with the lever open, using my corners and kind of flick out that, you know, top area between the 1 and the 2. Now using the 0 guard with the lever closed, in a flick out motion, flick out that middle line. Remember, use your corners at all times. It's better to use your corners than to use the full blade, because you want to focus on one thing at a time. You don't want to focus on that other side of the blade, because you might take off certain parts of that area that you didn't want to by mistake. So make sure you just use your corners and have patience. Now that you took out that middle line with the lever fully closed in a flick out motion, the same way you flicked out that middle line is the same way you flick out the bottom line. You start below the line, flick to the line, and make sure you adjust your lever as you go up. So detailing is the most important part of blending. What you want to do is utilize your mirror. The mirror shows you a different perspective on the blend that you wouldn't just see head on. So make sure you double check your mirror. If you don't have a mirror, I like to rest my eyes, look away from the blend, and come back and use my corner work when it comes to, like, you know, just getting out those areas where you see bulk. Use your corners. With different guards, you can use your corners. With even no guard, you can use your corners. Just make sure that lever is open. And lastly, with my shavers, I'm just gonna make sure that the bottom half is kind of razor bald. I don't do this on everybody, and I'm not really pressing hard because my client has coarse hair. So as far as the back goes, it's the same exact steps that I use on the side, I use for the back. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When I sit in my chair, I spin them in a full 360, and they come out looking like,
damn, son, we make it look easy.
YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother, he does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here. Chip.